All right. Can you confirm if you can see that?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Perfect. Okay, so good morning again, everyone. My name, as I was just said, is Eliana Prada. I'm a sector specialist at the IDB, and I will be sharing with you the role of the orange economy, as we call here at the IDB, the creative economy, in the recovery, the economic recovery of our region in a post-pandemic era. So let me give you just a brief framework of what we're going to be talking about. You know that the region, Latin America and the Caribbean, has faced one of the greatest challenges in its history because of COVID-19. And this meant the loss of 36 million jobs. And this represented that 44 million people were pushed back to poverty. These figures were really alarming to the IDB. And thinking about how we could recover and step in for the region in this economic recovery, economic and social recovery for the future, we proposed a vision which we called the 2025 vision, based on 5 axes or pillars. And these are going to be guiding all of our work towards 2025. The first one is the regional integration. The second one is the support to the digital economy. The third is the support to MSCs. The fourth is the action against climate change, which we continue to do at the IDB since its beginning. And then gender and diversity, and securing this equality in gender and diversity. So let me begin now. Let's jump right onto it. What is the orange economy? What do we mean by that? And what does a multilateral development organization such as the IDB have to do with orange economy, with creative economy? Why are we interested in that? And we see that these 5 pillars that I just mentioned are at the heart of the orange economy. And you may wonder why, right? And this is because they generate employment, wealth, and social impact. And this is exactly what we need now in a post-pandemic era. We know that the orange economy generates wealth, creates jobs, and generates social impact. We know that the creative economy is very intensive in the generation of employment, but not only just any employment, any job, specifically those jobs that are very intense in the use of talent and therefore are quality jobs. Now, let me just briefly tell you what we do at the IDB in terms of orange economy. We base all of our work in 4, let's say, actions, right? First, we generate knowledge and awareness. It's very important to educate everyone about what the creative economy is, what the impact of the creative industries for development is. So we do a lot of research and publications that I will be really happy to share with you after this presentation. Second, we strengthen the creative ecosystem. So we do a lot of mapping of who the main key actors are in the creative ecosystem. We reach out to them. We connect and we network countries and different regions, even from everywhere in the world, with bringing best practices, for instance, from the UK to Trinidad and Tobago. So we have a robust creative ecosystem that we're really proud to work with. On the third place, what we do is we do all this research to influence public policy and regulations. So for instance, in 2021, we did our first policy regional dialogue on the creative and cultural industry with an intersectorial approach. That was a really important landmark for us, and that we will continue to work towards 2021. And the fourth one is data generation. We do a lot of work to find out, with data, hard data, about the impact of the creative economy on development. So talking about data, right? So we have data about a little bit old about, let's say this one in particular. You'll see the contribution of the creative sector to GDP. This dates from 2015, but it's just a reference for us to know. And let me take the UK, for instance, as an example. You see how much they invest on the creative economy and how much that impacts their GDP. And this is just to give us an idea of how Latin America and the Caribbean could grow if we could only invest, much more on the creative economy. And then, talking about data, I would like to share this particular data, which is about the Caribbean, and this one about Trinidad and Tobago. We have a lot of data that shows the relationship between culture and tourism, right? And tourism and carnivals and festivals are huge in the Caribbean, right? So we see that this relation and the importance of the creative and cultural content when choosing a destination and therefore impacting tourism. And we see that for some countries, tourism represents 70% of their economy, and cultural tourism represents 40% of this sector's income. In particular, in Trinidad and Tobago, I have it right here in front of me, Trinidad and Tobago alone attracts, I'm sorry, I just have it there, attracts more than 30,000 foreign visitors in 2 days of celebration. And that generates revenues of $60 million. So the economic spillover of carnivals and festivals it's tremendous, and it's really huge. So again, talking about data, publications, and the work that we do, we have a lot of different publications that we've been doing since 2013 until now. All of them have to do with, the impact of the orange economy on development, and also on the profile of economic, orange economy entrepreneurs, and the intersection also of creative economy and digitalization. So all of these I'll be happy to share with you right afterwards. One of the studies that we've done talks about the profile of of creative entrepreneurs. So I'm going to tell you just 3 facts about them. That the one is that their age is about 35 years old, that they are usually, they don't have specific education, they are self-learned, and that they're usually women. Most of the creative entrepreneurs are women. There's a huge opportunity there. So you can see that among the ecosystem of entrepreneurship, they're mostly men, but if we talk about creative entrepreneurship, it's mostly women, okay? So I also want to share this with you because I think it's a huge opportunity for the Caribbean as well. The fastest growing creative sectors among the orange economy are video games. Only in Latin America, it's the second highest, it has the second highest annual growth rate in the world. Then comes audiovisual, and then music. So these are the 3 top sectors that also the Caribbean could be thinking about. And we have an opportunity here, a huge opportunity to change, to make a shift from consumers of content to content creators. So just briefly, let's talk about the main challenges that we see in the creative economy, and that's job instability, digitalization, and we've been seeing this throughout the pandemic mostly, and the new business models that have to, that came up because of COVID-19. Access to financing, we see that all the time. And then a narrative, the need to have a unified narrative for the creative sector. So those are the main challenges and something that we could be thinking about. So one thought that I would like you to keep and stick to is that the orange economy creates jobs. It creates almost 2 million jobs in Latin America and the Caribbean. And this is a huge, unused, untapped potential for a region to dwell in. that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Eliana, for that insightful information. It's really good to get an idea of what's happening in Latin America and the Caribbean. I had no idea that video games were the fastest growing area in the creative economy. So that is very interesting to know. Definitely opens up some ideas for possibilities within our own economy here.